Welcome to New York City. Here's your crack pipe and your illegal alien. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about New York City Mayor Eric Adams suggesting that the citizens of New York should house illegal aliens in their home. That's right. You got a private residence, you got an apartment, a house, whatever it is. Hey, you take the illegal alien right in your house. Why not? I mean, you might have a spare bedroom, spare bathroom, a closet, whatever it is. The illegal alien, quote unquote, asylum seeker, whatever they want to call themselves. Let's let them stay in your home. Now, don't fret. There's going to be cash for you. You'll get paid to house these illegal aliens. That's how it starts, right? Because what am I getting right here? I'm getting communism. That's what they did in Cuba. Oh, we'll pay you. But then at a certain point, it's not going to be an option. They're going to be in your household. Okay, you're going to have private property, quote unquote, private property. Well, ain't no more private property. Now it's owned by the state. We're going to have rent control. We're going to have control. Nothing private anymore. And then what if you have public housing? Okay, all right, you're living in a project, public housing. Well, guess what? If you want to maintain your residence, you must take in an illegal alien in your home. You worried about safety or whatever, don't worry about it, because they're coming over here. They're not criminals. They're not bringing drugs and guns. They're like what Barack Obama said, right? Fruit pickers and bed makers. Okay, they're not going to be drinking and drugging and thugging and carrying on. Ain't no gang members. There's no human traffickers. It's all good. There's no cartel members or gang members. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Matter of fact, don't be a racist and even ask that question. Now, before I go too far down the rabbit hole, let's roll the clip. Of course, this will be available in the description box if you want to see it for yourself. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
As the city shelter system buckles over the influx of migrants, officials coming up with new ideas on where to house asylum seekers. One new idea: the mayor suggested the city could pay people to house migrants in their apartments. Fox 5's Reagan Menchie.
In their apartments. And even if you got a house somewhere, Queens, somewhere where there's a lot of area, Long Island, nah, you got an apartment, you got a shoebox, New York City. Share your shoebox with an illegal alien and their whole family. All right, let's keep on going.
Is live in Midtown with more on this creative solution. Good morning, Reagan.
Good morning there, Dan. Yes, a creative solution, also a hypothetical right now, because if New Yorkers are willing to house asylum seekers, they could earn up to $125 a night. That would be money paid for by the city. This as thousands of migrants continue arriving here in the city every week.
The closer we bring the asylum seekers and the migrants to everyday New Yorkers, the easier it will be for them to transition into society.
I don't understand what you mean. Like, okay, they got to be in my house to get into society. I don't really understand how that makes any sense. It's weird.
Each week, thousands of single adults and families arrive here on buses from border states, and finding housing for everyone has become increasingly difficult. So Mayor Eric Adams is floating an idea, asking private homeowners to share their space. Those willing will be paid by the city.
It's cheaper and it's a good investment for us to go to a family and assist them instead of placing people in large congregate settings or in these emergency hotels.
Technically, short-term rentals of 30 days or less are illegal in New York City.
Uh-oh.
So if this is going to be something less than 30 days, they would have to change the existing law.
New York.
We're not worried about laws over here, man. We're not worried about laws. Okay, you got these illegal aliens masquerading as asylum seekers coming into the country. That's okay. They go to New York. That's okay. Staying in hotels for free, that's okay. Bringing in drugs and guns and whatever else they want to do, that's okay. You can shoot, rob, steal, kill in New York City, and that's not really a big deal. Are you even going to get charged? If you do get charged and convicted, you're going to get a slap on the wrist at best. What laws? What laws? What are we even talking about laws? We, in this country, at a certain point, follow laws we want to follow. And certain laws we don't follow. That's just how it is, especially in a place like New York City. These illegal aliens should not even be in the city. So why are we talking about law? I don't understand.
York City civil rights attorney Ken Belkin says the mayor could issue an executive order to temporarily change laws, which could open up his honor to litigation. And he's already created controversy for previous plans to house migrants, such as housing men in tents on the Orchard Beach parking lot, then Randall's Island, both scrapped amid flooding concerns. Placing migrants in school gyms fell flat with parents and students. And just yesterday, in an exclusive report on Good Day New York, Fox 5 reporter Morgan Mackay explained a new effort. Starting next month, nearly 1,000 migrants will be housed in 50 churches and houses of worship. These faith-based shelters will be open from 7 at night to 7 in the morning.
Okay, so I got a question. If they're going to be housed in churches, then how are you going to have service? Because at a certain point, they're going to be empty throughout the week because you're not going to have daily service, I don't think. Maybe like Sunday, Wednesday, the type of thing. At certain points throughout the week, they're going to be empty unless you have school in there, which is a different story. But what about service time? I mean, what happens then? Do they just take their cots and the clothes and the alcohol off of the pews, put them off in the corner, and just disperse while service is going on? Do they participate in the service? Or are they going to be laying down in their makeshift cot on the pew? And are they going to be involved with the service? I don't really understand how it's going to work.
The migrants will then be moved to daytime centers, which will also be faith-based operated, but paid for by the city. Another option to shelter migrants, the old postal warehouse at JFK Airport. The FAA just gave its approval, saying the space has adequate security and safety plans in place for housing.
And city officials say more than 45,000 migrants are currently in the care of the Department of Homeless Services. Now, the price tag for that is $4.3 billion. And as you can imagine, Mayor Adams is now looking at the fact that he may have to, in order to make those payments, have to make some cuts across the city. We're live here in
Oh, boy. Cutting services for taxpaying citizens to pay for illegal aliens. How you love that? How do you love that? All right, you're a taxpaying citizen, hardworking person in New York City, and you have to face austerity to take care of these illegal aliens. That's something that's rich, ain't it? Oh, man. So what do you guys think? Are you going to take Eric Adams up on his offer? Take the $125 a night to house these illegal aliens? I mean, are you going to do it? What happens when there's some type of assault, battery, robbery, something like that? Because we saw what they did to the hotel. We saw that. We saw all the drinking and drugging and thugging. A little bit of everything happening in the hotel. People getting assaulted. We saw all that going on. We saw them destroy the hotel because they're taking showers. They're not using the shower curtains. They got water on the ground. They're cooking food on hot plates, not even using the microwave or nothing. Just doing whatever they want to do. So they're going to take that same level of destruction across the city. And then here's my thing. If I live in the building where somebody takes in these migrants and they do that, and now my roof is leaking because of the illegal alien taking the shower with no shower curtain inside of the actual tub, then it's like, well, what are we really doing? What's going on here? We got a serious problem. All you're going to do is just spread the nonsense to other parts of the city rather than keeping it centralized in one particular place. Now, the hotel that I mentioned in the previous video will at a certain point fall down. It won't be able to sustain all this nonsense, but I'd rather for it be there than it be dispersed all throughout the city. The solution is not to try and pay people and then eventually possibly force them to take in the illegal aliens or putting them in churches or putting them in hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. That's not even a solution. The best way to eliminate the 45,000 illegal aliens is to deport them, send them back, close the border. It ain't nothing else to it. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Eric Adams' proposal? $125 a night, thereabout, paid for by the city, so you can house illegal aliens in your apartment. Okay, you got a 350 square foot shoebox in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, wherever you live. Okay, you got a shoebox, and you're gonna share that with a migrant. And even if you don't, what if your neighbor does? Okay, you living in 2A, he living in 2C, 2B, and 2F. You got illegal aliens in the hall. How you gonna feel coming back to your home? Okay, going into the hallway, you're living in a decent apartment building, and you got this guy in here. There are some apartment buildings that are very exclusive and off limits to those on the outside. But hey, I have an illegal alien in here. I want a little extra money. I'm having a hard time paying my rent. But now this illegal alien destroys the entire floor with a flood or something like that. We got a problem. We got a serious problem. I'm glad I don't live in New York City. I could never. I mean, I'm cool. Been there, done that. Not really a fan. I like living down south where we don't have all this nonsense going on. We don't have these ridiculous liberal governors and mayors and senators and everybody else. Ain't nobody got time for that. You got these illegal aliens getting bussed in. We're going to bust you right back. Okay? You might as well just do a U-turn. Don't even park. Don't even park. Just do a U-turn right in the center of 5th Avenue and go right back down 95 because we don't have time for the nonsense. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.